Meetings are one of the most powerful collaboration tools invented by the corporate world. There is no better way to tackle a problem or task than getting everyone together in the same room to talk about it. But here's the thing. When many people are eager to contribute towards the meeting's agenda, the voice of some people, especially those with introverted personalities, gets lost. I can say that because I have an introverted personality myself. As introverts, we represent that half of the corporate population who are suppressed, not because of the lack of skills or knowledge about our craft, but because of our inability to speak in a large gathering. In this video, I will tell you 6 different strategies that I use to get myself out of this trap and get heard in meetings full of extroverted peers. Finally, I will end with a bonus tip that, if used correctly, will not only make people pay attention to what you said, but will also make your idea 1. Harder to be stolen, and 2. Important enough to be implemented. Participating in meetings is an art. It's not about being the loudest in the room. It's about thinking strategically about how you appear to others, when and how to raise your voice, and whom to support during heated discussions. Yes, you are allowed to take sides in such meetings. Here are 5 things that you can do to get yourself heard in future meetings. Number 1, prepare in advance. Before the meeting starts, find something on the agenda that you may want to contribute to. Then, on a piece of paper, write a paragraph or 2 expressing your opinion or idea. Focus on writing something that goes beyond agreeing with the status quo. Also, think about the meeting environment. Is it a training session, teleconference, a webinar, a management meeting, or a work-in-progress meeting? Knowledge about the meeting environment will influence your level of interaction. Once you know what you need to contribute, what outcomes are expected, and how formally you need to present, you can begin to prepare. First, read through the materials provided and familiarize yourself with the agenda so you can offer your best in person. Also, if possible, avoid drinking coffee just before the meeting starts. Research suggests that consuming coffee before an event may result in fatigue and exhaustion. You must have witnessed people yawning during meetings. Chances are that they drank coffee before the meeting or brought the coffee to the meeting itself. So avoid coffee. Try tea if you really need to drink something. Number 2, find visible seating in the meeting room. It's easier to be left out of the conversation if you're sitting at a blind spot, hiding your presence in the room. For this reason, the first thing that you should do before the meeting starts is to go to the meeting room a little early and find a spot with maximum visibility within the room. Then put a placeholder like a notebook or a laptop to let everyone know that the seat is taken. Positioning yourself near the center not only puts you in the middle of the conversation flow, but also at the subconscious level reinforces that you are crucial to the discussion at hand. Number 3, let go of hesitation. Hesitation is one of the main reasons why people do not contribute in the meetings. What you need to understand is that you have earned your place in the organization and a seat in the meeting room. Do you really have a reason to guard your suggestions or feel hesitant to present your opinions? I bet not. Now, you must have noticed that in general, when we talk to people in a one-on-one setup or with a small group of people, we wait for a pause in the conversation. That pause indicates that it's our turn to talk. However, in a business meeting with a room full of opinionated colleagues, these pauses can be hard to come by. For this reason, we need to learn the art to jump into the conversation. All you gotta do is find a natural end of someone's speech and speak. That's it. Of course, don't interrupt, because that's just rude. You do, however, need to have something to speak about. If you cannot think of anything, and believe me, most people can't, use facts, stories, and ask as a framework to jump right in. First is facts. Say what the facts are. Things we can actually see, hear, and observe. Second, tell a story about those facts. Say why you care about those facts or your proposal or concerns. The third is ask. End your talk with some really nice open-ended questions, like what do you guys think about it? Or I would love to hear your views. In case you cannot find anything to speak about, you can also paraphrase or restate what is just said. Like, if I hear you correctly, you're saying, filling in whatever the other person just said. Here's what you shouldn't do. Don't just keep talking. That's what most people do. They ramble. They try to double down on their words. Don't do that. Try to summarize what you want to say in one sentence. Just say that one sentence and stop talking. Number 4, be assertive and confident. Despite your best efforts, sometimes it can be difficult to ignore the fundamental limiting factors like age, gender, or cultural background when trying to be heard in a meeting. But don't feel disheartened. Like all other harmful habits, these deep-seated societal norms can be mitigated by practice. So, practice expressing yourself, be it verbally or physically, in a more confident manner. The more you sound like you believe in your ideas, the more others are likely to listen. Eliminate these 4 phrases from your speech. I think, in my opinion, this could just be me, and this might not be a good idea. These phrases sound like you doubt your opinions and leave the door open for others in the meeting to do the same. Number 5. Do not fear. Don't be afraid to rock the boat a little if required. You have built up the reputation and the political capital to disagree with others without completely disrupting your interpersonal relationships. And if done respectfully, you have plenty of leeway when it comes to challenging authority and long-held opinions. You can take a different stance or an opposing perspective regardless of your position, even if you get a pushback from the higher-ups. Stay true to what you believe in and you will gain respect for politely holding your position. You don't need to acquiesce just because someone is senior to you. Now, I understand. It may take some time and practice to get over the feelings of intimidation when sitting at a table with senior leaders. But because you're invited, you need to get in the game, which includes putting aside those feelings in favor of interacting as if the playing field is level, which, believe me or not, it is. There is a reason you have been invited. So, own it and resist the urge to defer to others' voices. Number 6. Don't allow interruption. When you finally have everybody's hard-earned attention, hold the floor until you are done articulating your ideas. If someone tries to interrupt, stop them by saying something like, "Please allow me to finish my thought. I would just like to add before we move on," or "I would love to hear your feedback, but wanted to finish saying one thing first." Dealing with someone who keeps cutting you off mid-sentence is never easy, but you deserve the opportunity to get your thoughts and ideas out there without constantly being disrupted and derailed. Alright, here's the bonus tip or hack or whatever you want to call it that I promised in the beginning. Tip number 7 is all about creating allies. This one came straight out of the White House. In 2009, when President Obama first took office, less than 25% of his top aides were women. Female workers in the president's office had to force their way to important meetings or risk being excluded altogether. Soon they realized that they couldn't break into the boys' club alone. They needed to band together. This realization gave birth to a simple but highly effective communication hack: amplification. And this is how they used it. Whenever a woman at the table made a valuable contribution, the other woman would make a point to bring it up again, giving credit to the woman who came up with it. This technique forced the extroverted male colleagues in the room to recognize the contribution made by those women and made it impossible for anyone to claim their ideas as their own. Now, if they can do it, we all can do it as well. So, whether you are at the conference table or passing by the water cooler, make a point to credit others for their good ideas. Encourage them when they're having a bad day or just feeling some insecure. This will help build a network of allies, and together you can help each other boost your presence in the meetings and the organization. Speaking up is hard, but don't wait for the right moment. Instead, be confident and actively contribute in meetings. Your voice needs to be heard. This is how you show value and make a positive impression. Of course, many people would prefer to gain reputation by letting their work speak for themselves. But don't be mistaken. Getting ahead involves more. You must show up and own your space in the organization. So there you have it. If you liked the video, then smash that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to provide your valuable feedback in the comments. I'll see you in the next video.